Welcome to Bible in a Year with Scott Purcell. I'm so glad you're joining me. This is a daily reading of portions of the Bible, following a plan that will include the entire Bible in a year. And now, let's open the book and begin our readings. This is the reading for Day 9. If your reading is aligned with the calendar year, this is for January 9th. The Old Testament reading is from Genesis 19 and Genesis 20 from verses 1 through 18. Genesis 19. And the two angels came to Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting in the gateway of Sodom. Then Lot saw them and stood up to meet them, and he bowed down with his face to the ground, and he said, Behold, my lords, please turn aside into the house of your servant and spend the night and wash your feet. Then you can rise early and go on your way. And they said, No, but we will spend the night in the square. But he urged them strongly, and they turned aside with him and came into his house. And he made a meal for them and baked unleavened bread, and they ate. Before they lay down, the men of the city, the men of Sodom, both young and old, all the people to the last man, surrounded the house. And they called to Lot and said to him, Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us so that we may know them. But Lot went out to them at the entrance, and he shut the door behind him. And he said, No, my brothers, please do not do such a wrong thing. Behold, I have 2 daughters who have not known a man. Please let me bring them out to you. Then do to them as it seems good in your eyes. Only to these men do not do this thing, since they came under my roof for protection. But they said, Step aside. Then they said, This fellow came to dwell as a foreigner, and he acts as the judge. Now we shall do worse to you than to them. And they pressed very hard against the man, against Lot, and they drew near to break the door. Then the men reached out with their hands and brought Lot into the house, and they shut the door. And the men who were at the entrance of the house they struck with blindness, both small and great, and they were unable to find the entrance. Then the men said to Lot, Who is here with you? Bring out from the place your sons-in-law and your sons and your daughters and all who are with you in the city. For we are about to destroy this place, because their cry has become great before Yahweh. Yahweh sent us to destroy it. Then Lot went out, and he spoke to his sons-in-law who were taking his daughters, and said, Get up, go out from this place, because Yahweh is going to destroy the city. But it seemed like a joke in the eyes of his sons-in-law. And as the dawn came up, the angels urged Lot, saying, Get up, take your wife and your 2 daughters who are staying with you, lest you be destroyed with the punishment of the city. But when he lingered, the men seized him by his hand and his wife's hand and his 2 daughters by hand, on account of the mercy of Yahweh upon him. And they brought him out and set him outside of the city. And after bringing them outside, one said, Flee for your life. Do not look behind you, and do not stand anywhere in the plain. Flee to the mountains, lest you be destroyed. And Lot said to them, No, please, my lords. Behold, your servant has found favor in your eyes, and you have shown me great kindness in saving my life. But I cannot flee to the mountains, lest the disaster overtake me and I die. Behold, this city is near enough to flee there, and it is a little one. Please let me flee there. Is it not a little one? Then my life shall be saved. And he said to him, Behold, I will grant this favor as well, that I will not overthrow the city of which you have spoken. Escape there quickly, for I cannot do this thing until you get there. Therefore the name of the city was called Zoar. After the sun had risen upon the earth, and Lot had entered Zoar, Yahweh rained down from heaven upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from Yahweh. And he overthrew those cities and the whole plain, and the inhabitants of the cities and the vegetation of the ground. But his wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. And Abraham arose early in the morning and went to the place where he had stood before Yahweh. And he looked down upon the surface of Sodom and Gomorrah, and upon the whole surface of the land, the plain. And he saw that, behold, the smoke of the land went up like the smoke of a smelting furnace. So it was, when God destroyed the cities of the plain, that God remembered Abraham, and sent Lot out from the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the cities in which Lot lived. And Lot went out from Zoar and settled in the hill country with his 2 daughters, for he was afraid to stay in Zoar. So he lived in a cave, he and his 2 daughters. And the firstborn daughter said to the younger one, Our father is old, and there is no man in the land to come in to us according to the manner of all the land. Come, let us give our father wine to drink, and let us lie with him, that we may secure descendants through our father. And they gave their father wine to drink that night. And the firstborn went up and lay with her father. But he did not know when she lay down or when she got up. And it happened that, the next day, the firstborn said to the younger one, Look, I laid with my father last night. Let us give him wine to drink also tonight, then go and lie with him, that we may secure descendants through our father. And they gave their father wine to drink again that night. And the younger got up and lay with him, but he did not know when she lay down or when she got up. And the 2 daughters of Lot became pregnant by their father. The firstborn gave birth to a son, and she called his name Moab. He is the father of Moab until this day. And the younger, she also gave birth to a son, and she called his name Ben-Ami. He is the father of the Ammonites until this day. Genesis 20. And Abraham journeyed from there to the land of the Negev, and he settled between Kadesh and Shur. And he dwelled as an alien in Gerar. And Abraham said about Sarah his wife, She is my sister. And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. And God came to Abimelech in a dream at night, and he said to him, Look, you are a dead man on account of the woman you have taken, for she is a married woman. Now Abimelech had not approached her, so he said, My lord, will you even kill a righteous people? Did he not himself say to me, She is my sister? And she herself said, He is my brother? With integrity of my heart and with cleanness of my hands I did this. Then God said to him in the dream, Yes, I know that in the integrity of your heart you did this, and I also kept you from sinning against me. Therefore I did not allow you to touch her. So now return the wife of the man, for he is a prophet, so that he will pray for you and you will live. And if you do not return her, know that you will certainly die, and all that are yours. So Abimelech rose early in the morning, and he called all his servants and told them all these things, and the men were very afraid. And Abimelech called for Abraham, and said to him, What have you done to us? And how have I sinned against you, that you brought upon me and upon my kingdom a great sin? You have done things to me that should not be done. And Abimelech said to Abraham, What were you thinking, that you did this thing? And Abraham said, Because I thought, Surely there is no fear of God in this place. They will kill me on account of the matter of my wife. Besides, she is my sister, the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother. And she became my wife. And it happened that as God caused me to wander from the house of my father, I said to her, This is your loyal kindness that you must do for me at every place where we come. Say concerning me, He is my brother. And Abimelech took sheep and cattle, and male slaves and female slaves, and he gave them to Abraham. And he returned Sarah his wife to him. And Abimelech said, Here is my land before you. Settle where it pleases you. And to Sarah he said, Look, I have given 1,000 pieces of silver to your brother. It shall be an exoneration. You are vindicated before all who are with you. And Abraham prayed to God, and God healed Abimelech and his wife and his female servants, so that they could bear children again. For Yahweh had completely closed up the wombs of the house of Abimelech because of the matter of Sarah, the wife of Abraham. The New Testament reading is from Matthew chapter 7, verses 24 through 29, and then Matthew chapter 8, verses 1 through 22. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain came down, and the rivers came, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it did not collapse, because its foundation was laid on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain came down, and the rivers came, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it collapsed, and its fall was great. And it happened when Jesus finished these words, the crowds were amazed at his teaching, because he was teaching them like one who had authority, and not like their scribes. Matthew chapter 8. And when he came down from the mountain, large crowds followed him. And behold, a leper approached and worshipped him, saying, Lord, if you are willing, you are able to make me clean. And extending his hand, he touched him, saying, I am willing, be clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. And Jesus said to him, See that you tell no one, but go, show yourself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded for a testimony to them. Now, when he entered Capernaum, a centurion approached him, appealing to him and saying, Lord, my slave is lying paralyzed in my house, terribly tormented. And he said to him, I will come and heal him. And the centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that you should come in under my roof, but only say the word, and my slave will be healed. For I also am a man under authority, who has soldiers under me, and I say to this one, Go, and he goes, and to another one, Come, and he comes, and to my slave, Do this, and he does it. Now, when Jesus heard this, he was astonished, and he said to those who were following him, Truly I say to you, I have found such great faith with no one in Israel. But I say to you that many will come from east and west and be seated at the banquet with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the sons of the kingdom will be thrown out into the outer darkness. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And Jesus said to the centurion, Go, as you have believed, it will be done for you. And the slave was healed at that hour. And when Jesus came into Peter's house, he saw his mother-in-law lying down and suffering with a fever. And he touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she got up and began to serve him. Now, when it was evening, they brought to him many who were demon-possessed, and he expelled the spirits with a word. And he healed all those who were sick, in order that what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah would be fulfilled, who said, He himself took away our sicknesses and carried away our diseases. Now, when Jesus saw many crowds around him, he gave orders to depart to the other side. And a scribe approached him and said, Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go. And Jesus said to him, Foxes have dens, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. And another of the disciples said to him, Lord, allow me first to go and bury my father. But Jesus said to him, Follow me, and leave the dead to bury their own dead. The wisdom literature reading is from Psalm chapter 7, verses 1 through 9. Psalm 7. A Shiggaion of David, which he sang to Yahweh on account of Cush, a Benjaminite. O Yahweh, my God, in you I have taken refuge. Save me from all who pursue me and deliver me. Or else he will tear me apart like a lion, ripping to pieces with none to deliver. O Yahweh, my God, if I have done this, if there is wrong in my hands, if I have repaid my ally with harm, or if I have plundered my enemy without cause, let the enemy of my soul pursue and overtake and trample my life into the ground and lay my honor in the dust. Rise up, O Yahweh, in your anger, and lift yourself up against the wrath of my oppressors, and awake for me, since you have commanded judgment. And let the assembly of people surround you, and over it return on high. Yahweh judges the nations. O Yahweh, vindicate me, according to my innocence and according to my integrity within me. Let the evil of the wicked come to an end, but establish the righteous, and test the hearts and innermost being, O righteous God. This concludes the reading for Day 9. Thank you for listening. These daily readings are made possible by your generous support of the global outreach ministry of Scott Purcell. To partner with us and enable this work and others like it, please visit huttobible.com/give and select Go Pastor Support from the fund list. You can also sign up for ministry updates at scott-purcell.epistle.org/subscribe. Both of those links can be found in the podcast description. Thank you for helping us share God's Word.